Hello, everybody. This is Living Word of Darkness, the new hope. Today we have a scene in the Changeling venue. Our scene will begin with Terry. Now, if of course Saskia is okay with it, I would like to give some context to the scene.
Go ahead.
Terry was in a very bad situation with an active shooter. Who two shooters arrived to a bar where they caused death and mayhem, which ended Terry and Oaken in a hospital. Uh, Terry's waking up. Terry woke up with three individuals near Terry, which was one family member, as at least Terry considers him as a family member, and two, I'm gonna say, colleagues from Changeling Society. Um, when Terry heard about the news regarding Sir Jarrig, who Terry sees as a possible romance option, I didn't say boyfriend by the way because they're not that at the moment, but I think
I
possible romance option
mean,
is a good way of saying things.
they sort of are, but they're keeping it under
Yeah,
their wraps. Yeah, still.
exactly. Now, Terry wanted his possible romance option slash lover to be healed immediately, as one would do when they were caring for someone. Terry did a self harm as a bunk while she was seeing Sir Jarek through a mirror in the hospital. This caused a bit of a problem when Terry's mentor slash family member Alistair immediately went near the doctors with Terry and showed Terry's open wounds, which Terry was kind of like getting all kind of fucked up because her phobia. When Terry woke up again on hospital bed, she was told that Terry has done some things and Terry needs to be observed by a psychiatrist immediately to continue Terry's life and to actually see if she's capable of continuing her life and keeping her license as a bar owner. Um, can you tell me how like this Terry made feel and what does like before she goes to this hospital at like 5 p.m. To in Brooklyn, like how does she feels and like what does she thinks about this possible psychiatrist meeting?
She's not happy about it, but ultimately the reason for her to go is that she doesn't want to lose her bar. She is trying to be as relaxed as she can be, at least outwardly. Um, she is, however, like especially on the way to the hospital, she is tossing and toying with a pebble that's always in her pocket. Um, she's smoking a lot, and it's just like, okay, I need to calm down. I need to calm down. I can do this. So she's pretty nervous actually. She's been quite possibly I'm not sure if she ever really had shrinks before. Uh, Maybe a child psychologist when she was little. So her experiences with this kind of stuff isn't necessarily the best. But then again, Terry usually didn't want to have that experience, so she kind of, blew everything off. Now that she has a responsibility for her bar, she kind of feels forced to do this.
The hospitals are mostly if like I never seen a place who said who person who says like well I feel comfortable in hospitals.
Terry specifically does not feel comfortable in a hospital. I can assure you of that.
The hospital is quite nice and you are to meet with your doctor in 5 p.m. When do you arrive to the hospital?
She's probably gonna be there early. Normally, she would for these kind of stuff. She would probably arrive late just to prove how she does not want to be here. But at this point, like I said, she has a very strong motivation to show everyone that she is all right and that she is fine and nothing is wrong with her. So she would probably make sure, especially since she is going with public transport, um, that she will be there early. So she will probably actually be there half an hour before their actual meeting time, just to make sure that she can find a place if there's any delays that she can. So yeah, like 30 to 15 minutes before, she'll actually be half an hour early for the appointment in front of the hospital, but she'll be smoking, and she'll arrive in the waiting room like 15 minutes before.
The doctor's name is Alana Morier. Um, I'm checking Terry's sheet if she has any ways of hearing or learning about this person. Or let me ask actually,
No, I
did
don't think
Terry
so.
check about Terry's possible doctor?
Mm, I mean, Terry does have a curiosity flaw, I believe. So
Let
she.
me check.
Oh, help.
Yep, Terry does not. Terry does have curiosity flaw. Yes, I'm happy to
Yeah.
hear that.
So she would probably have looked up the name and just done like a Google search beforehand.
Normally, Terry would realize immediately that this doctor was actually quite um, expensive to have because she is actually very like she has a bit of a renown for in the psychiatrist circles. She's actually quite known, but because that these actually are paid by the certain individuals, they actually may feel like like you can't like I'm actually gonna say it very obviously. When a rich person arrives and actually pays everything, you want them to say, you want them to say good things about the shit you do. And maybe the reason Terry can guess is that she's actually seeing a psychiatrist is because the payment was good and they kind of want to impress those who has paid the money. Hospitals, after all, in America are not just places that they heal people; it's
Yeah.
business.
hmm And at this point, Terry is not too happy about that because she'd rather have a shitty one.
Um, Dr. Alana Morier is actually, like you have seen her couple things that she writes, but like when you start to click them, it's kind of banal. Like her
hmm
things she write about is actually banal things, especially for a person like Terry. It's quite banal. So if you read about those things,
hmm
uh, like you didn't, okay, because reading about an article is not about curiosity. I think your curiosity is already sated when she heard like she's a good doctor and blah 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 whatever.
Yeah, she's mostly interested, like, okay, awards or stuff like that. She's not actually interested in the psychiatry business herself,
Hmm.
because she's like the equivalent of a psychiatrist, except that she stands behind a bar where it's less banal and more happy-go-lucky and drinking.
The At 4 p.m., right at 4 p.m., pardon, 5 p.m., Terry's name starts to flash in the screen in front of the door. And Terry now knows that it's her time to enter the psychiatrist's place, the room of psychiatrist.
hmm Terry will take off her sunglasses, and we'll walk in.
When you walk in, you see an individual who was sitting. She immediately gets up. Her hair is well made in the morning. Her eyes are green. She's wearing a red but not blood red shirt and a skirt that is close to her knees. The skirt is black, and there is the white doctor coat. And she gets up. and extends a hand to Terry.
Terry will shake the hands.
How is Terry's body language when she approaches and shakes the hand?
Hmm. I mean, let me think. So Terry is she's nervous because not only can she lose her bar, but she's also been explained what happens when the shit goes sideways, and what that can do to her as a changeling. So she is definitely nervous. At the same time, she also has um like her hands are sort of shaking.
Mhm. I
But
know
she's
the
gonna,
reasons of her shaking hands, but
yeah, she's gonna try and keep that sort of under the wraps. So she's trying to come across as relaxed as possible.
would you like to roll
Hmm.
a combination? It doesn't have to be subterfuge. You can roll a combination that makes sense for like stopping the shaking your hands. For example, normally hiding is subterfuge, right? But if you want to stop your hands shaking, it can be willpower, something with stamina, whatever you say. Like just give me a
Stamina
good
substitute.
combination. Stamina subterfuge. Let's go with that.
Okay, let me.
Difficulty will be 7.
Okay, that is fair. My Discord is, yeah. There we go.
You're in a changing dice roller.
Yes, I already started the scene, sweetie.
Thanks.
That is three successes.
For the handshake, you actually keep your hands quite, normal.
Mhm.
And she says, "Hello." Ah, go
One
on.
thing, Terry will spend a willpower for this entire scene to not mess with the pebble.
Okay.
Which,
Okay. That's the twig, right? That she has
yeah, yeah.
the flaw she has. Okay. Um, and actually, one thing I want to check as well. It's your puka flaw. Let's make sure the puka flaw is open as well.
It's on my sheet.
Ah, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Um, she says, "Hello, I'm Doctor Lana Morier. It is a pleasure to meet with you.
Uh, Pleasure is all mine. I'm Terry.
Please
Uh,
have a seat."
Teresa Waters, but I prefer just Terry. It's easier.
Okay, Terry, please let's have a seat.
Sure.
The sit is like the place you sit is like one of those like psychiatrist sits where you can lay or sit, depends on what you choose. Um, and one thing is that the Terry when that you shake her hands with her hands wasn't cold, but you felt cold.
Mm-hmm.
Banal, like she is a
Banality. Yeah,
more more banal than a normal individual.
yeah.
Um,
Terry will actually look at the sofa and it's like, so it sits, lay down. What's uh the thing here?
whichever you would feel more comfortable.
Okay, cool. She'll sit.
Um, I be right back. Give me a few minutes.
Yep.
1 minute. My apologies, I'm back.
It's fine. Ooh.
She, when Terry like just sits, there is no like weird looks. She's trying to be like neutral as possible.
Mm-hmm.
She says, have you ever seen a counselor before? You seem pretty comfortable and confident coming here talking about, coming here at least.
I've seen someone when I was like 6 or 7 or something. It's been a while. I'm I don't know, like comfortable may not be exactly the right word, but we'll see what's gonna happen, right?
We will. The I have talked with the doctors, and I was shown a footage.
Yeah.
I
It
would like to. Ah, she doesn't. She stops when you start talking.
she's like Terry is actively trying to prevent her asking questions, you know,
Mhm.
because that will force a certain answers, and yeah.
I wish to
So
know. Oh, like I thought you were done. Go on.
mm, yeah, I don't actually. It's like that entire day is sort of a haze, you know. Like it was pretty heavy stuff that happened, and I'm still trying to get through it. Um,
She is rolling. Not perception, empathy. She is rolling perception, psychology.
okay.
She has the good listener merit. She has 6 successes. Actually,
Oh,
no.
Jesus.
One, two, three, four, five, six, 7 successes.
Okay, I can't win that at all. I have only 6 dice on my subterfuge. I mean, ultimately, it was sort of a haze for Terry. Like a lot of shit was happening. She was suffering through a lot of stuff at that point. Was
Hmm.
she completely rational at that point? No. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I'll leave it up to you whether she can tell with like 7 successes that there's no way I can compete against. I mean, I
Hmm.
can roll if I can like get some of the successes away, but uh, whether like obviously the uh ripping open her own wounds was intentional. There was purpose behind it for Terry.
Hmm.
Um,
There's
but
more
it was
than she shared.
also yeah, but it was also sort of impulsive because Terry could have thought about it better and used a different bunk. So it's not necessarily a lie. Like it's definitely the thing that she does. She does seem to regret what she did.
Hmm.
Maybe not for the right reasons though.
Does she still tries to hide the hands because, like her, this is one of the symptoms of trying to leave cocaine. Your hands shakes,
Mhm.
and you play with your pebble all the time. Like you already spend the willpower for not playing with the pebble, but like
Yeah,
your hands are kind of visible to her, or are you hiding your hands?
she's probably has them in her pockets.
Okay. The I understand. Everyone has a different perspective on what problem is and what they have done. Some people doesn't see it as a problem as well, and the solution to change is to person. I wish to understand what is the problem from your viewpoint, if there is a problem.
Moshe, I'm gonna need to ask this, but does this count as a question?
She says, "I wish to know." That's not a
Okay,
question. The
fair enough. Yeah. No,
technicality is bad for dreaming, but it
yeah.
fucking works for dreaming, sadly. Because like when you make an oath, it goes. technically. Like your
Yeah.
word counts a lot. So like the puka flaw is all about questions. So she is actually she said I wish because you kind of cut her off. So but like probably she will ask questions and
Yeah.
hey,
No, it's just
mhm,
this one specifically that I was
mhm,
wondering. Like,
mhm.
uh, is there a problem? I mean, I'm not sure yet. Like, I've never been in a situation that we were in that bar, and it was terrifying. And I am finding that I'm thinking about it a lot. I'm dreaming about it a lot, but I kind of figured that that is sort of like people around me are saying that that is normal, given how long ago it was, like not at all that long ago. So I don't really know if there's a problem or not.
She nods. How does the
Actually,
thinking
can I? Oh, sorry.
go on?
Well, I was kind of wondering what is normal. How do people deal with this kind of stuff? Like, I'm no expert, you are, so like, you know,
She gives a very gentle smile. Some people gets depressed and then hell ask for professional help. There are ways of dealing with the shock. There are ways of dealing post-traumatic stress disorders that you generally caused after such problems or incidents.
okay. Well, I'd like to. I don't know if you have any information on that. I don't mind taking some home and, you know, just so I kind of know how long I can like, it's like I want to go back to work. I want to. I know that that's not possible right now. It's been like what 2 days or something. I don't feel like that is a smart idea at this point. Luckily, I do have a very good crew that kind of helps in the bar, so I'm not really worried that they can't manage it. But I really want to be busy again. So a lot of people say that I need to take some time and think about it, and go through the sadness and anger and things like that. But it's I find it hard to know. Okay, so is there a problem or not? Like I said, I've never studied to to be a psychoanalyst kind of person like you have. I'm just a bartender.
The What do you think about? No, sorry. How does the going back, thinking about what happened makes you feel? We all have problems or challenges that we must face, but this
Mm,
was. She immediately stops the second you say "hmm," and then like if Terry seems like she isn't gonna say anything, why just she thinks, and then she just like adds that the but while we face challenges, this was a very traumatic experience.
it's mm,
She did ask a question.
yeah, 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 yeah. I'm just gonna roll to see if I can, because it's willpower 8, I believe, to try and talk the truth.
Let me check.
It's on my sheet
Once
somewhere.
during a conversation. Oh no, no, not that. Sorry.
No, 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 no. If he wishes to answer truthfully, player must make a willpower roll div 8.
Exactly. Go for it.
I'll go for it. It's obviously questions that I can answer normally. I will try to because that always helps. Yes, I can answer normally.
Hmm.
So Terry seems to think for a moment, and it takes her a bit of difficulty. Like I guess she can see that it takes Terry some difficulty to answer this. She
Hmm.
says, I'm scared and angry, and yeah, just asking uh why was this happening. Uh, it's so it's I guess it's difficult. It was very close. Like I was one of the people that I was outside when they actually walked up and they shot at someone, at the person next to me, and I managed to push him inside, and it. Oh
Would you
God.
like to roll me a willpower?
Oh yeah. Really hope I'm not gonna fail this one. Oh,
There are
oh good.
tears, but you
There's a
push.
9.
There are tears, but you push them back because this is again a traumatic experience that
Hmm.
your character lived, and like coming back to those is hard for probably anyone in the world, or it
Yeah.
would be anyone. So like that's why I ask if she is, holding it together at least, because it was actually a difficulty 8 roll and you passed it.
Hmm. So yeah, it's just you know, I was right there at the door when they came in, and it it's difficult, and like I said, it's on my mind a lot. I noticed that I'm smoking a bit more than usual.
If Terry
Mm,
gives a bit of a pause, there's like more than 5 seconds.
mhm.
You see that she actually asks, "Do you feel sad, mad, hopeless, stuck, or anything else?"
No, not hopeless or stuck. Sad, sure, yeah. I mean, I can't imagine you wouldn't feel sad. It's like, yeah. And like I said before, I get angry sometimes because I'm mostly like they destroyed lives right there. Like these were people that I was talking to. Like s- someone I knew, like I knew the bartender, and it feels unfair.
She nods. This is a problem that you haven't experienced in the past, as far as I know.
Hmm.
I'm sure that you suffered problems in the past, but what makes you feel better at the moment when you think about this, and then what makes the problem better?
Gonna willpower again.
You see that one thing that she actually did is like, when Terry said like I feel hopeless and it's unfair. Now she started to call the problem because now they both of them actually they need to come to a
She
conclusion
said
that actually
she
there
didn't
is a
feel
problem.
hopeless or stuck, but she did
Hmm.
felt mad and mostly sad.
Hmm. Like like now they acknowledge that there's a problem because she's feeling sad, unfair, hope. I think it was hopeless, but like that's why she called problem. She can see it obviously.
Hmm.
She passed the roll.
Yeah,
Okay.
mostly. Uh, I'm very happy with the people that are around me. They are really good support. Um, one of my friends is like staying with me, and he's just really amazing. Like part of the reason why I'm sad probably is because my boy, well, it's not necessarily boyfriend, the person I'm dating with, he also got shot pretty badly. I believe he was sent home today. Uh, but yeah, no, I'm just really happy with like everyone around me who has been extremely supportive, and they just give me, a good feeling. They make me happy.
She nods. Is this the general way that you use to get out of happiness, unhappiness? Spending time with friends.
No, actually, I don't know because this is sort of a unique situation. I've never been through something like this, and I mean, I like to be around people. I mean, obviously, else I wouldn't be a fucking bartender, right? But this is sort of new to me. That's why I'm like, wanting to know more about it.
Oh, see, is there a reason why she wants to know about it that she doesn't
No,
tell the
no,
psychiatrist?
just saying that she wants to know about it because
Okay.
obviously, when you show that you're interested in helping yourself and fixing yourself, people tend to, be like, okay, that's good,
Hmm.
So
She
to be fair, it is sort of a trick that she's using.
roll
She's trying
me.
she's trying to basically get the psychiatrist to talk instead of
Okay.
Terry talking.
Hmm.
That's sort of what she's trying to do.
Roll me manipulation and subterfuge because like that you try
Yeah,
to be deceiving and she is watching you very carefully and she does.
okay.
She would watch anybody.
I'm gonna spend a willpower on this because I really need to because oh my god, her dice pulls.
Her dice pool is quite terrifying. I apologize for it.
Oh, that's only two successes. Oh.
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight successes.
Yeah. I mean, at least so far, the answers Terry has given were mostly genuine. Like,
Exactly. That's one of the good things that she does. Like
even when she
she
lied,
makes these.
because, yeah, even when she lied, she's like, she could twist it in a way that it was sort of a lie, but also wasn't. So,
Roll me perception empathy
okay.
because like now she is about to ask a question that is actually about your answers.
Perception, empathy. Oh boy. I need to up that shit. Nope, 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 nope. Terry will not see this question coming.
What do you expect from the counseling process? Now, oh, see, she asked this because Terry's asking a lot of questions, and there's a reason why she's
Mm-hmm.
asking them. And so she's actually responding with the quick repost, basically say like repost as in like the sword movement of repost and not the Google Facebook repost, basically saying like
Mm-hmm.
um, everyone comes here like basically she's saying like what do you expect from me, and
Yeah.
this is also like a bit of a push on saying like I am like gonna help you, but like uh, what do you expect from me? So she's trying to come in, she's doing something very terrifying because she's asking like she's trying to poke a puka who has to
Mm,
lie, either that probably has to lie, and saying what do you expect from me? So if you want to
yeah.
answer this truthfully, please roll me your willpower.
I'm on willpower again. This is a lot of willpower rolls. I have a 9. Oh. So Terry muses on that for a little bit. She says, I actually don't know. Um, hmm. Because, yeah, like I said before, I don't really know what to expect. In all honesty, I had not necessarily thought about going to a counselor. Uh, that I usually just, solve things with the people around me. So it hadn't really come to my mind yet. I'm not sure if it's a bad thing. So what do I expect? Pointers, I guess. You know?
Some people like to receive homework, some clients like to vent and have me listen. Others want high level of interaction. Um, I wish to know, how do you learn best? Do you think of me as a communication and relationship coach? Because the problems sometimes are very deep, and it's very attached to your personal life.
I don't really think my problems are deep because, like, no offense, but we're talking about like something that happened 2 days ago that is huge. Like, I'm not going to deny it's not huge because I think it is huge, and it's definitely at this point controlling a lot of my daily routine because I'm still like recovering. Like my body still hurts, so it's a constant reminder. But I don't really think it's deep. So I don't know. Like, I kind of want to see how, for me, how it evolves. Like, at this point, it's been 2 days. How much can you say? Like, when you lose someone, that pain is longer than 2 days. That pain is longer than sometimes a month. Um, so it's, I think for me, it's mostly to see, like, okay, if this is still troubling me after like a month or two, is that normal or not? Like, what's so I kind of want to have, I guess, information. Like, I'm curious about the process. And yeah, I kind of like, I want my life back together, basically. I want to move forward and just, like I said, get back to work again.
The role she made was about how Terry reacted when she says, "I like, sometimes when you lose someone,
Aha.
like, because that's, I know what was this is very deep. So like her
Mhm.
body, did her body reacted to it? Uh, how was her hands and, like, her face while she is like saying that, the loss of pain can be longer than 2 days and even sometimes a month.
Okay. I think I'm going to roll a
Subterfuge.
willpower first to see if like this is affecting her, or if she can talk about this without, much emotion behind it.
Mm-hmm.
There's 10 there, and then subterfuge to sort of hide that, stuff has been going on for quite some time. Although, to be fair, like Terry was in the foster care system.
Mm-hmm.
She probably knows about that. So
She know, like,
two
yes,
successes.
yes, she knows. Because
So Terry
I,
keeps it together.
mhm.
She tries to talk about this, like, sort of without much emotion, but obviously, there's something there. It's To be honest, I don't really think that this is unrealistic. Like,
It's not unrealistic. It's not unrealistic. One of the things I like is actually how Terry keeps, like, how she plays it to the chest while plays it to, like,
hmm
dodging questions. It's kind of, is a dangerous road, but like she also sees something through, and she doesn't see some things through because she doesn't
hmm
know. Um, but you also saw, like, actually, roll me a perception alertness.
Okay. Perception alertness. That is 6 dice. Wow.
Because
That is 5 successes.
you actually had 5 successes, you actually saw her eyes catching your hand shaking inside of your pocket,
hmm
like while you were talking, just for like a split second, her eyes like went down and come back immediately, because she doesn't want to show like anything to Terry, and she has been while listening to her, she has been writing things to her notebook, like a small you know um, a small thing that she has where she take notes.
Mhm. Mm.
The a psychiatrist, she says, smiling, like pardon, not smiling.
Sorry, what?
Oh, see, I'm thinking what she needs to say.
Oh,
I
okay.
apologize.
Okay, no, that's fine. I was like, do you expect an answer from me? Because I didn't
Yeah,
quite catch the question.
psychiatrist makes diagnosis. The Our aim is to make sure that you are either going to be diagnosed or with something, or you're not because you're truly fine, and then you will continue your work. This was an answer to your question about what we are trying to achieve here.
Yeah, thank you. That I appreciate the answer really.
My apologies if I was not clear on that one.
I mean, it's like okay. I'm not gonna lie. I know that like I'm coming here because basically I've been told if you don't come here, you don't get this clean bill of health, then you can't continue your work. You have to stop. And I really don't want that. I love my work. It gives me a lot of good energy. So yeah, I mean that is definitely the main reason. And I mean there's no point in denying that. But at the same time, when I'm here, I might as well, you know, make the best of it, right?
She nods. It's quite nice of you to say. It's good to find out. The She again like writes something, through her notebook, and then she looks again. This question may feel a bit unnerving, according to the notes we received and notes I received.
Okay.
Do you have any? She immediately starts the question because like there's no easy sugarcoating this question that she's
Mhm.
about to
Mhm.
ask. And she says, "Does anything causes immediate fear to you?" Willpower roll. Is it your
Mhm.
fourth willpower roll?
I think so.
Okay. Uh, so I'm gonna
Maybe
say
my
something.
fifth.
I'm gonna say
I
something
mean,
that.
she has been lying to certain questions as well. Whenever she
Mhm.
can, she's been not rolling willpower.
One thing I will say, like when you roll the fifth time, I need you to roll glamour because like that's basically you ignoring your puka thing, and that's basically
Okay.
ignoring your real, changeling self. So like you will roll for banality.
Is that 5 times in a row or like in between with the questions in between as well?
No, no, no. Question in betweens as well. The five times, like it's very
Okay.
high already. Like it's like you probably
Yeah.
feel uncomfortable, but
In
purely
that
based on
case, I
personality.
think this is gonna be my fifth time, so I roll my
Okay.
glamour first.
The basically like you ignore yourself. That's uncomfortable. She being banal,
Yeah.
uncomfortable. You're entering the situation even more uncomfortable as you stated yourself. So like it's kind of getting juju-ish.
Okay. So the glamour roll, I got a 9 and an 8, and two sixes, but they don't
Hmm.
count. For the willpower roll, I have another 8.
Hmm.
So Terry stays silent for a moment and says, "I'm not a big fan of blood, really. at that point, because you increased her flaw, probably the shaking of her
Mhm.
hands will increase. So yeah, so really have that for since forever, and usually that's not a big problem. Like, my crew at work knows it, and yeah,
How
of course.
does
Mm,
my apologies? I told you we're done. Please continue.
no, it's nothing. I was just going to say, of course, the situation that just happened is kind of exceptionally shitty in that regard.
I agree. How does certain element, certain thing in question, typically makes you feel? Another question.
Uh-huh. Can she lie about this? Um, Trying to think if she can creatively uh, bullshit her way out of this.
To be honest, like one part of you like itches to lie. It's like
Uh-huh.
it's itching to be a puka.
It sort of depends on the amount of it. Like, often I can just ignore it and just look away. Worst case scenario, I have had situations where I sort of vomited or passed out. That was a long time ago, by the way. I'm trying to deal with it. Yeah. Um, but the incident a couple of days ago was bad. Yeah.
She nods and she writes something to her notebook. Um, you. I wish to ask this question again. My apologies. We had this problem before of the attack. Am I right?
I need to roll because there's no way I can like lie about that, because that's a yes or no question. God
Exactly.
damn
That's a
it.
yes or no question.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've had this since childhood, really.
She starts to take more notes. This was longer than the other ones. Do you know the origins of this problem?
I can. I'm not really sure. Um,
Except that you motherfucking are. Oh, see?
yeah. I mean, I guess I have a few ideas, but like I said, I've never really been. It's always been manageable, so never really looked into it too deeply, because life goes on until you can't like deal with something anymore.
She nods.
But I guess it had to do with like uh the car accident.
You were 5.
4.5, maybe 5. I It's kind of, you know, I was young. It's hazy.
How does thinking about the car accident makes you feel?
I gonna roll willpower again. Gods.
I apologize if it's a very annoying scene.
No, it's not. It's just oh, every time I'm so scared that there's not gonna be an 8 or higher. I try not to think about it that much. It's happened. I I'm fine. Um, I'm not someone who's looking back into the past, or I'm more like a carpe diem kind of person. I've lived day by day, you know?
She nods.
I mean,
Her nod may be annoying to Terry because she doesn't say yes. She nods.
hmm
What is your viewpoint towards the element that makes you puke? That element we talked about recently.
I mean, you can just say it because I'll be thinking about it no matter what.
She nods and then says, "What is what is the problem over blood from your viewpoint? Have you ever thought about this?
Thought about it a lot, never really came to a conclusion though.
If you could have a magic wand, what positive changes would you make happen in your life?"
I don't think I would necessarily use it on my life. I mean, ultimately, my life is good. I'm I'm happy with my life as it is, and there are a lot of people who could use that better than I am.
One, two, three, four, five.
It's sort of true because ultimately Terry does think her life is good,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also, of course, it was a lie. Um, because like there are a lot of things Terry would change.
Mm-hmm.
It more has to do with like she would uh, have Finn back to life. She would lose her fear of blood. Things like that. But yeah, she is basically she's content with her life. So it's half half.
She writes something again.
I guess I'd want the violence to stop. Rewind what happened there. Like people lost their lives, people got hurt. I really would like to see. If I had a magical wand, I would change that. If I could rewrite time, that is,
Are
that is
you?
absolute complete truth.
Mm-hmm. Are you interested in seeing people climbing over the walls that you built? Because you said that you enjoy people and you like to solve your problems with the people who are around you. But I also see a lot of walls around you, Terry, that you yourself built. And she is looking at Terry like very directly when she asks this question.
Ah,
This is like the reason she asks is because for her experience, Terry has been giving this half-ass. Not the word is not true. Half-ass, half
I
half
get what you
truth,
mean. Yeah.
and basically she's saying that Terry is showing me this person that Terry created. And now she's saying like you said that you handle your problems by talking with people, but you also show me this person suit that you wear.
Hmm. I think Terry's gonna roll for truth again.
Mhm.
Come on, work with me. Discord or computer in this case. My computer is freezing.
One thing, because I know Terry, When someone confronts her, she doesn't respond well as well.
Oh no, oh no, yeah, 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 yeah.
Like you can go ham, you can go ham.
Terry thinks about that and she says, I think every person has walls. Um, Mine has never proven to be a problem for me. I There are certain things that I don't really feel like talking to about other people to other people. So I mm, there are a couple of people that I can, talk to about basically anything. Other than that, it's just the company of people that is good, and I'm fine with that.
My apologies. I missed the last part. What did she say?
He says ultimately there are some people, like I have a few people that I can talk to about basically anything, and other than that, I am just happy being around other people and making them happy, and I'm fine with that.
If a person spends a lot of time building walls, it's natural to want to see if someone is clever enough to climb over them.
I haven't built these walls to reach out. That makes no sense to me. Like, I've not. I know there are walls. Like I said, everybody has them. I don't really. Uh, I don't really see that as a challenge. I mean, I tend to respect people's walls. If they don't want to talk about things, that's fine with me. If they do, I am more than happy to be a listening ear. And I like for people to give me the same courtesy.
I wish to be the listening ear. I do not. I swore an oath to not break anyone's confidentiality. I'm sorry I couldn't pronounce that word, but like she's not saying,
Hmm. Yeah,
she's the psychiatrist oath that she meant not the
yeah.
to dream of.
I mean, I get that. Um, I personally don't really think I need it. Like I said, I have people that I can talk to. Um, and like, yeah, kind of want to see. Kind of want to see if how things progress before I would like knock on your door. That's Yeah. If it's necessary, then I will come, of course.
She nods. Um, Let me see what's Terry's. She has medicine. She doesn't have medicine. Okay. Alana nods. I do not like when patients are forced to come here for talking, and especially being forced to talk.
I mean, if it's necessary to keep my bar open, I would do that. But yeah, like I said, I would prefer to just see if I can deal with this with the people that I trust.
What do I need to do to earn your trust?
I don't know. Can I have a drink at the bar?
Sadly, that would break the patient and doctor relationship. We are at this is a thing I believe we need to solve for this to be healthy and for me to be successful and for me to approve that you are sane to keep your bar.
I mean, in that case, what do you want me to? What do you want me to say? And I'm gonna use my Puka power on this one.
Okay, perfect.
It's terrible, but why not?
Your difficulty is 6.
Okay. Perception, empathy, or subterfuge.
The thing is like yesterday I was talking with Christy and Christy told me like you can resist that, right? I'm like I already knew that. So basically it seems
No,
we both
I
roll
didn't know that.
like I didn't knew that by the way, like I learned yesterday that like you roll perception, uh, empathy or subterfuge difficulty 6, and I roll willpower difficulty 6. She has 4 successes.
I mean, what it says, and I literally copied this from the book. The target
Mhm.
can also spend resisted by the target's willpower. Okay, yeah, fair enough.
I thought like the diff was the target's willpower
Yeah, I
because that's
thought
what
so
we did. Because I told that you that way recently,
too.
and I was like corrected by a player yesterday.
Yeah, we make. Oh, here it says a Puka's player may make an opposed perception, empathy, or subterfuge roll resisted by the target's willpower. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's yeah.
she resists this, and actually, but like
Wow.
she is again gonna say the truth anyway because like that's a good question that she asked, which was like,
Yeah,
"What do
three
you want me to
successes.
say?"
So
Mhm.
yeah.
What do you want me to say? She said. Ah,
hmm
I thought you already rolled. Now you rolled, and you have 3 successes, but she has 4. Okay.
Four.
Um, to be honest, I don't know. I should not say what you should say. I just wish that you trust me so we can handle this.
I mean, ultimately, I understand you have a patient doctor confidence thing signed, and you took that oath. Like I get that, and I get that I can trust you. Um, just kind of, I don't know, maybe not ask so much questions as to have a conversation. Just
Thank you. I will do that.
okay. So I guess you just want me to tell about the incident in the bar and how it made me feel, but I already explained that to you.
Yes.
So I don't really get what more you need right now. Um, like there's a reason I'm not working at the moment because yes, it still affects me, both physically and mentally. I think it's really too early to say whether it has any permanent issues. I don't know. Like it was horrible, and I don't like to think back on it. I think back on it a lot, which also affects my mind because of the fact that I'm afraid or that I've seen a lot of blood recently, and I don't like to think back on it too much, but my mind drifts to it anyway. Um, so I'm trying to keep myself busy. Um,
Being busy is very good at getting past problems and trauma.
Cool.
I think our time is about to end, but I wish to say something before
Okay.
it does. I feel I speak either a version or half of you. I respect this meticulous construction, but I feel you're wearing a very well tailored person suit that you are showing me. And for us to be successful, and for me to give my approval, I need to see 100% of Terry, not 50.
Okay. So I take it you want to see me again.
Yes.
What can I do to prepare for this? Like, sure, the homework thing, or just thinking about certain things. Like, are there certain things that you want to discuss so that I can, think about it a little bit more and you know,
Be yourself. And I know, I understand that it is hard to ask. It is not hard to ask, it is hard to do. But I understand that I am actually here to help. And I wish to get bottom of how healthy you are. The the next week I wish to talk again, and I think I would like to speak more about blood. The
Terry actually at that point kind of takes out her hands and they're shaking, of course, and she kind of
Mhm.
rubs them. It does make her nervous, and that's basically showing. Okay. I mean, the thing I don't understand though, like, um, I've had this problem most of my life, and now that something bad has happened, it suddenly becomes an issue. Why?
You state that you had this problem your entire life, and then you wash your face with blood while a massacre is going on. You have a seizure, knowing that you had this problem all your life. You open your own wounds in a hospital. Terry said to her 3 times this event that she had the problem all the
Mm,
time, and she never said that she knew that you wash your face with blood.
yeah, 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 yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
that when that come up, like you kind of, like probably like she didn't slap you, but she kind of slapped you with words, like and that's why like you understand that she was actually being suspicious of
Yeah.
Terry a bit more as well. Um, I need you to roll your willpower. Let me check this. Yes, I need you to roll your willpower,
Okay.
and I will roll her manipulation empathy. That is your willpower.
Yes. Oh, now I fail.
What is your willpower is 6. She has one success. Just let me check one thing. I will. Can you roll me your glamour?
One success on the fate.
Okay, you're fine. Um, she offered a genuine concern to you
Hmm.
regarding one, like she doesn't see 100% of you. She only sees 50%. Um, this criticism kind of enters your mind and like it kind of lingers there. There's an uncertainty about, yourself.
Okay.
She looks at Terry if Terry has anything else more to say.
I During that shootout, so many things happened at once. I don't even know what was going on half of the time. I was panicking. I don't really remember that day very well. Like I said, it's sort of a haze. Things may be weird. I'm not gonna deny that. It sounds weird. But I don't think the actions of that moment are representative for who I am and who I am now. Even now, with like dealing with the aftermath of all that.
She smiles. Thank you for saying that. That's good to know. She gets up, comes near Terry, and extends a hand.
Yep, Terry is shaking the hand.
I does
Really
does
shaking the hand.
does her hand shake?
Yeah,
She after the shaking the hand, let me actually escort you towards the door as well.
I'm fine.
She nods.
Yeah, Terry will leave.
You feel way better when you're not around her, as she is a bit of a
Mm-hmm.
banal person. And then, would you like to end the scene here as Terry goes home with the lingering doubt that she has on her mind?
Yeah.
Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, guys, for watching. See you next time.